All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Everyday UPLAND. So, FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar is just around the corner, guys. It's happening on Saturday. But one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is the Block Explorer sale, the sale of the crests of each country. There's only going to be 27 crests out of 32, but for the Block Explorers and their mugs, for every country is going to be all 32 of them. These guys are very, very rare. I believe there's only, I think, five of these and maybe 10 of these. Um, but the good thing about it is it's not something that's just gonna be 1 week only and then it's done. There's going to be multiple Block Explorer sales. So the first one started today at 8 a.m. in the morning, and the sale ends Saturday at 8 a.m. as well. And then you'll be able to buy or hopefully get to select a Block Explorer on the 9th. So there's going to be one, two, three, four, five chances to get these Block Explorers. There's going to be a limited quantity at a time. So I think I did read in here if you guys want to check it out. So it's going to be I think about 50 total each day. So and I don't know if they're gonna if it's gonna differentiate each time to show to keep the rarity of it, but there's only a small select amount, guys. So if you want, you gotta make sure you register if you want any of these. The crest is gonna be the hardest ones to get. This is the crest right here. This is gonna be the hardest. There's only gonna be five, right, for each country. Okay, and if you go into Upland, if you want to register for the crest, you have to go into Upland, look on the map, zoom all the way out, look for Qatar on the map, go to Qatar, and register for each one of these items because they're going to be hard to get. And also, too, don't even bother really going anywhere. Upland will let you know what position you are when it comes to these things. So you just wait and find out where you're going to be. If you're going to be in like I'm already in Queens because Queens I'll be able to buy a lot of these Block Explorers. But if I'm able to find out in advance, like at least 14 hours or so in advance, like the exact time, like if I know it's going to be 8:05 or 8:03 or 8:02 or 8 o'clock on the dot, is the only way you're going to really be able to get any of these Block Explorer. It's going to be super hard because you're going to go really fast. I believe they're going to be really fast. And what's really exciting too about the Block Explorers is that there's going to be a but it's going to be over the whole period of time. So if you miss out this week, at least try again next week. And a lot of people are going to be putting them up for sales. They're going to be quite expensive, and they're not cheap. The crest, so these here are going for approximately 45,000 each. So each one of these are 45,000 upix. Okay, guys. So that is quite a bit. So it's approximately 45 US dollars a piece. All right, and these are all the addresses where in Qatar. All of them are in Qatar. It's the only place you can get the crest in Qatar, and these are all the addresses that you can go ahead and make your purchase. They're all organized by each group. So group A, B, C, all the way I think to H or something like that. So you'll be able to do that. And then the Block Explorer shops. So the Block Explorer shops are going to be in one, two, three, four locations. So Queens, Detroit, Rio de Janeiro, and LA. So you can go to whichever one of these cities you're in. Um, Make sure. I would say stay away from Detroit. The only reason I say stay away from Detroit is just in case, say, you want to register for a crest. you won't be able to get out an international flight from Detroit to Qatar. And also, air flights to and from Qatar is free. So I'm really happy that Upland made it free, because Qatar is going to be super expensive to get to, because even going to Rio de Janeiro is quite expensive. So imagine how much it would be just to get to Qatar. So at least if you're not in Detroit, unless you don't feel like getting any of the crest, you can stay in Detroit and get the Block Explorers. But um you're gonna have to really think about which one of these three cities that you want to be in to make your way to Qatar for the crest. If not, you stay in any one of these four cities and scoop up these Block Explorers. So every week you'll have an opportunity to purchase one or two or as many as you can Block Explorer. I believe whenever you buy a Block Explorer, you will not have enough time to buy a second one of the same Block Explorer. It's going to be quite rare. I think unless it's a country that nobody wants, right? But I believe people may want each one. I don't know, right? But we'll see when that time comes. Um, yeah. So pick your city. Be strategic. Pick a city that you can fly out internationally and get to Qatar. Go to Qatar, because I was hoping Upland where you didn't necessarily have to be in the location to purchase the Block Explorers or the Crest, but you have to. So it's something to consider. And these are the addresses right now in each one of these four cities where you're able to go and register and pick out whichever Block Explorer that you would like, right? So here it says that travel to Qatar is free during the tournament, and right now the cheapest is from JFK, which is in Queens. The cheapest, except for if you're in Porto, right? If you're in Lisbon, right? Is the first cheapest. Second cheapest is out of JFK. Okay, I don't know. I completely forgot about Porto and flying from there. I'm sure it doesn't take all that long, right? So, and it's the shortest amount of time, obviously. And then the next one after that is from Queens, JFK to Qatar. Okay, is the next cheapest one. So this is after um this is after the tournament's over. This is how much it's gonna cost. Right now it will be free, which is something I'm really looking forward to. Um, travel to the shop and queue for sale. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? You got to make sure you got to be at the shop and queue up for the sales. So these also are going to be temporary Block Explorers, and I think they're available right now in the game. Let me just click and check. Let's see here. Yeah, so these are temporary, but Upland said that they will be giving it away, which is pretty awesome. So if you do want one of those, you have to complete something. You have to complete some of the challenges, and I think these are the challenges to earn these these Block Explorers. So these are only going to be available during the event itself, right? So these are the challenges here that you must complete. Visit a FIFA World Cup shop or showroom. Purchase a FIFA World Cup bundle, which which is going to be the next thing I talk about too, right? And purchase the Block Explorer decor. They did make an announcement today that the decor is coming out. I really don't understand what that's all about. The, the decor, you're purchasing some tiles and they're supposed to signify something. I don't really know. I don't really understand that, but we'll see how it goes, right? Oh, the Vuvuzela. So if you want the Vuvuzela, you gotta do all three. If you want the drum, you just do one. If you want the World Cup ball, you do two. So you might as well just do all of them and see if you can get all of them right. And one of the things that I didn't they didn't mention here was the legits, but I was watching this popped up and they were talking about the legits. Let me see if I can get it at the very beginning here. All right, so fair use, guys. I'm just doing this for informational, informational of purpose right now about legits in Upland. This is not something I'm doing to profit off of. So fair use. Let me go back. So they kind of expanded a lot on legits. So unlike the portal legits, we weren't able to actually buy and sell those. But these legits, whether it's the essential, the starter pack, the pro, or the mementos or the passes, which the passes are pretty interesting. So the passes, if you buy more of like the top tier stuff, it makes you eligible to get the better or the higher mementos, and also comes with the highlights as well. And the highlights are gonna be one of the greatest thing, one of the best things to achieve because it's commemorating FIFA from the very beginning up to today. So it's pretty awesome, right? And also this pass is, I guess, when you buy certain ones, you get certain fan points and stuff like that. I think you get the pass, and then the pass allows you to collect these mementos. But I believe the mementos will either be, say, after a week, the first week of the games, or at the very end of the games where they will be giving you these type of mementos from the players and how well they did and stuff like that. And one good thing is, which I'm kind of happy about, I'm really, 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 really happy about this because Upland is allowing you to buy, sell, and trade these legits. So that will bring some utility to the game when it comes to these legits. You don't just buy them and just have them in your collections and that's it. Because I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to get bundles and may not get the teams that they want, and they either want to sell those legits off and buy the legits that they want, or trade them, or whatever it is, or just keep them just because that's what they got. But let me see if I can get in on it. They really started talking about this at the very beginning. Hopefully, I got it right.
Kind of a different gaming loop that kind of like towards the experience, which we're going to go over. But at the end of the day, it starts with getting the bundles. They're going to be different bundles, and they're going to be very affordable, but they're going to be different price points. And as you get to the higher price points, what changes is your chances of getting a game pass, and we'll talk about exactly what a game pass is. And as you go even higher, also increasing your chances of getting playoff passes in those bundles. And of course, full details will be out there to be studied when the bundles drop.
As they always are. And can you walk us through the buying experience? Obviously, with current legits, you have to travel to the stadiums or to the shops to make a purchase. How will players be making a purchase for FIFA bundles?
Yeah, so as these are bundles, they're going to be bought through.
Okay, so here's the explanation. And so once you get your collection, you get these points and stuff like that, and that will help you to get your game pass. And then this is what you do
So you
after.
guys, you definitely want to be involved and have an opportunity to win some of these awesome things. So, at the core of all this is really the game passes, which we were talking about a little bit earlier. And this really adds a whole nother dimension to the Legis experience, something that we haven't done before at all. So, how are players going to be able to make the most of their chances to get exclusive mementos? Or rather, how do the passes work? How do they lead to mementos? Can you explain?
Sure. So when you buy the bundles, you're gonna have certain chances of getting the passes, and again, the higher bundle values are, the higher chances are to receive passes from also the playoffs. And the way it works, each pass represents a different stage in the World Cup. So in the first stage, in the group stage of the World Cup, they're going to be divided to each group. So here, for example, you see a pass from Group G. And then that represents basically mementos that are associated with all of the games from that stage. After the group stages, we're going to have specific passes for each one of the playoff stages, right? So, the round of 32, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals, and also the game for places for the third place as well. So each one of them basically maps to all of the mementos from that specific stage, right? So now here comes the really cool thing. Once the stage is over and a certain amount of time passes to allow us to do the production for the mementos, you're going to be able to take that pass and exchange it in order to get a memento from that game. And when you do that, and by the way, when you do that, you're basically burning that NFT pass, and you're getting in place of it a new NFT in form of the memento. You don't have to do it, by the way. You can keep your pass and hold on to it if you want to collect cats, for example. But you can absolutely do that. And mementos are going to have higher fan score than the passes, so it does make sense in terms of like if you're working towards a bigger fan score to actually utilize your passes for the mementos. Now the mementos have different items among them, right? So there are still kind of like the jerseys that of the teams that competed in the match and different fandom items. But one of the more exciting mementos, and this is the first time we introduced this concept, is video spotlight mementos of actual highlights from those games, which is a pretty big deal. So now here's the thing: when you go to exchange a pass, you're going to be compared with your fan score to all of the other pass holders of that same stage, right? So you're going to be ranked in between those pass holders. And then the higher you are ranked, the more chances you have of getting a higher value memento.
All right, so there it is, guys. So there's a lot to be gained from this whole experience of the whole FIFA World Cup. There's just so much. Upland is even giving away additional things. Here they talk about, they're gonna give away the stadium, they're gonna give away a car. There's so much more. They haven't really gone into full details in all the things that they're gonna give away, but maybe the trophy as well is something you're gonna be giving away. So like it's so tempting, like you have to really take part in all aspects of this in order to reap the rewards that comes along with it. And if you are good enough to accumulate the right type of legits, whether you buy mementos or you buy essentials or the starter or pro or whatever it is, the higher your fan score is the higher your chances of getting these video mementos, which I think are going to be the most sought after item in this game. I don't I'm not, I'm just speculating, but these are going to be the most expensive thing in this game right now. As far as once the World Cup is going on and even after, because if you're a soccer fan, you're going to want these things. Like, this is brilliant. I love this idea. I'm not like necessarily a huge soccer fan, but this is very tempting and something that's going to make me really want to dig in and try to play somewhere. So maybe I could earn one of these video highlights or whatever it is. And also, guys, you're not going to get it right away once you exchange your pass for it, because they got to put together all the highlights and stuff like that to create that new NFT that you're going to receive instead of your pass. So you just have to give Upland its time and stuff like that. So, but other than that, I'm really looking forward to the FIFA World Cup coming about. Getting the block explorers, getting the Vuvuzela, getting the drum, the ball, everything. Some of the legits, like I just it's a lot. Like this for the next month in Upland is going to be really exciting. A lot of money is going to be spent. A lot of UPEX is going to be spent. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what really happened. I don't know how many people out there are actually soccer fans, but even if you are or not, just being a fan or a player within Upland, it's going to be hard to skip out on a lot of the things that are happening here. Legits is something I've always done a lot of videos on, but I've never expected that Upland to even come out like this. So it's something that I really got to sit down and think and strategize on how I'm going to do this. How I'm going to try and see if I can win something. I don't know if I'm going to win any of these. If worst case scenario, get one of those video highlights, which I think will be just as valuable as any of these giveaways that Upland's given away. So the good thing is, um, the good part about this is if you don't do well this time, Upland has a multi-year partnership with FIFA, so expect that maybe by the next World Cup, which is in 2026, I believe, in North America. Hopefully, I get to go to one of those. But we'll see how that goes. But if you don't do it right this time, you have a second chance next. So I think all of us who are a part of Upland should take part in this. This is something that's quite interesting. Take part now, learn from your mistakes now. When 2026 come around again, you'll know exactly what to do, how to go about it. It may not be exactly the same, but it'll be very close. But you'll have a better strategy on how you can do well in the game. All right, guys, I just came on to kind of inform you on what's happening, what to look out for. Hope you guys get everything that you would love you want in this game. Try your best, try your hardest. I will be in it too. I'm already all signed up for my block explorers, all my crests, everything. Just so I can maybe get one or two because it's very limited. And yeah, we'll see how this goes, guys. All right, guys. Thank you guys again for watching another episode of Everyday Upland. If you guys like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Please leave a comment down below who you guys believe will be the victor in this whole thing. Um, you don't have to tell me. It's okay because I already have, but I don't really want to say yet. Because that kind of give up my strategy. Maybe not. Just talk to me down below. Whatever it is that you guys would like to share. And we can go from there. All right, guys. Thank you once again for watching another episode of Everyday Upland. I'll see you soon. Good night, y'all.